So today's lesson is tucking. So I'm going to be showing you how to get that natural hair tucked into those box braids. For one, to protect the natural hair, and for two, if you're using a colored braiding hair, you won't be able to see the natural hair color through. But I'm going to show you about 5 different techniques, so pay attention. Now here I'm doing a regular box braid, and this method is pretty simple and easy for beginners. Just split the natural hair into 3 pieces and take the braiding hair that you have separated into 3 pieces and put each piece of braiding hair with the natural hair. And when doing that, as you can see, I am going to take the braiding hair and wrap it around, or basically put it over the natural hair to cover it up. So as you see, the natural hair is in the back and the braiding hair is on top. This is going to allow us to have a smooth, neat, and even braid going down without being able to see the black natural hair color. That way we have like a full blonde braid going down. So you just want to keep tucking that natural hair to the back all the way down, and once you do it a few times, it's pretty much back there, so it's easy to just braid down and keep that braiding hair over it. And as you can see, I missed a little piece at the top. I wasn't paying attention to that, but tired. But it's okay. You can go back and fix it, or you could just say, hey, whatever, I missed a little piece. But as you can see, the difference between the braid where the hair is tucked and the first braid right there where it's not tucked. So the tucked one definitely looks better. But what most people don't tell you about tucking is that if you lift that braid up, you will still be able to see some of that natural hair color on the bottom. So here is a knotless box braid. Now this one is a little bit different when you're doing the tucking, because you're going to see that natural hair color at the beginning because you're feeding in the braiding hair. But once you get that hair fed in, then you'll be able to cover the natural hair. So because we're not starting the braid with the full braiding hair like a regular box braid, we can't cover it up right from the beginning. But once you get your pieces fed in, a few pieces fed in, I only fed in 3 pieces. Once you get those pieces in, then you can start covering up the natural hair and tucking it in. So you'll only see that natural hair color right at the beginning, which is fine. So you're going to do just like you did on the last braid, and you're just going to tuck that natural hair behind and wrap the braiding hair over it or around it to get it tucked in. So again, you want to make sure you have enough braiding hair to cover the natural hair. So here is the blunt cut ends, which a lot of people struggle with tucking the blunt cut ends in. So you're just going to do it the same way you tuck the hair when you're braiding. So if you take a little jam or product and slick it on that natural hair, it'll be a little bit easier. And then you just take the braiding hair and wrap it around that blunt cut end and tuck it in, because most people have the blunt cut ends sticking out of their braids because they don't tuck them in. So just simply slick a little jam on it and wrap that braiding hair around it. As you can see, it's tucked into the middle. Wrap that braiding hair around it and braid it down and keep it tucked in. And now your hair is protected and you don't see it. Just make sure you keep wrapping it all the way down, and just if you slick it in, it's way easier. And there it is. All that hair is tucked and braided in. And as you can see, it's a full blonde braid. So that one is the knotless, which you can see the natural hair color at the beginning. Then we have the regular box braid. And then you have that first one that's not tucked at all. So here's another way that you can tuck hair into this is going to be a regular box braid. So I put a piece of hair in the middle, and I'm just going to braid the natural hair around it just to keep it secure in there. Now this is an easy way to start a box braid. Even if you're not tucking, this is a beginner friendly way to start a box braid. So I'm just going to braid it down a little bit, just enough where it doesn't unravel. And you can also just braid it first and then crochet it through if you want to. Either way is going to work fine. So I'm taking another piece of hair, and you see I'm wrapping it around. Now this piece you want to be slightly bigger than the one you put through the middle. So we have that natural hair in between that middle piece, and we have the weave wrapped around it. So the weave is like on the top and bottom of that natural hair. And so basically it's just automatically tucked in there. And this is a super easy way to tuck your hair and do a regular box braid. So that was like a 2-in-1. And I'm just going to braid it down and continuing to make sure I keep that natural hair inside of the braiding hair. So that's how you tuck the natural hair into box braids. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more Learn to Braid videos.